Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng Army, Navy at Air Force na siyang maghahatid sa inyo ng mga balita mula sa ating Armed Forces at iba pang impormasyon. Mga katropa, hanapin at ilike kami sa Facebook, Twitter at YouTube. DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
When the nation's security is at stake, they call on us, ready to serve the people, ready to secure the land. We fight to win the peace. We fight for the Filipino nation. We fight so others may live. We are your mounted warriors.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Ng sandatahan, dagdag lakas sa pwersa ng pamahalaan, handang tumulong sa nangangailangan, inialay ang sarili sa sambayanan. Iba't iba man ang aming pinanggalingan, iba't ibang kaalaman, mga karanasan, profesional sa tungkuling mga sinumpaan, bayang Pilipinas pinaglilingkuran. Kami ang mga langkawal, kami lang sa hukbo ng sandatahan, kabalikat namin mga mamamayan, sinusulong kapayapaan, elemento ng karahasan nilalabanan. Laang kawal, hurra! Pagsubok, kami laging handa, buo ang loob kahit na anong banta. Sa hirap at ginhawa ay sama-sama, kami ang laang kawal, nagkakaisa. Mga misyon namin ay magagampanan, sa tamang pagkilos at walang iwanan. Pambansang karapatan ay ipaglalaban, mahal na Pilipinas, ating iyong bayan. Kami ang mga langkawal, kami lang sa hukbo ng sandatahan, kabalikat namin mga mamamayan, sinusulong kapayapaan, elemento ng karahasan nilalabanan. Laang kawal, hurra! Reservist ng sandatahan, dagdag lakas sa pwersa ng pamahalaan, handang tumulong sa nangangailangan, inialay ang sarili sa samba. Pilipinas pinaglilingkuran. Kami ang mga alangkawal, kabilang sa buko ng sandatahan. Kabalikan namin mga mamamayan, sinusulong kapayapaan, elemento ng karasan nilalabanan. Laang kawal, hura! Laang kawal, hura! Laang kawal, hura! Laang kawal, hura!
Okay, at isang magandang umaga po Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Good morning po. Ito po inyong katropa, si Katropang Bernie, para po sa ating programang Reservist Hour ngayong araw po ng Sabado. At ngayon po, mga katropa, ating pong mga kasama, isa po sa ating mga magigiting po na miyembro ng Hukbong Katihan ng Pilipinas or Philippine Army mula po sa service. Now, would like to inform you our guest for today started as an enlisted service as private, promoted to private first class. Then she was commissioned with the rank of a major sa Philippine Army. Currently operations officer of the 11th OPIP Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion ng 11th OPIP CDC or Community Defense Center. Siya rin po ay a freshly graduate of the GSC this year's class. At nice pong pakilala sa inyo, our guest for today is none other than Major Maria Grace Baisa, GSC Philippine Army Reserve. Good morning po. Yes, good morning po, katropa, ma'am. Sir? Okay, while waiting for our guest is again, nice ko lamang po ipalam sa ating mga nanonood sa ating programa ngayon, ang CGSC or Command General Staff College is one of the courses in the Armed Forces of the Philippines that's being offered. It's also being given to our reserve force for those who are qualified to join the schooling or the training. At ito po ay isang magandang pamantasan o pagsasanay, paaralan po para po sa ating future officers of the one of the highest ranks ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Okay, let's go ahead and check. Good morning po, ma'am, sir, from 1105 CDC.
Good morning to all of you. I'm actually starting my video, but I cannot start it right now. I think there is a technical problem here.
Yes, ma'am. Major Baisa, kumusta po kayo dyan?
Well, I'm here at the 1105 CDC. Okay naman yung video.
Okay, and kamusta po ang situation natin dyan? Are you currently still on duty po? Or do you have a training scheduled tomorrow maybe, Sunday, or today po, Sabado?
Actually, we have right now for the whole day. Meron kaming squad training for our EPs in the battalion. So later they will be coming. And that's the training that we have for today. And tomorrow we also have our battalion formation, and we also give them a training, like for example, for tomorrow it's MCD, military courtesy and discipline. Can you see me right now?
At the moment po, ma'am, is what you could see is a still photo, ano po, a picture from your unit's 11th OPIP CDC. So we're hoping po later po siguro no, na we could be able to see you live or actual picture po on cam.
Our surgeons are actually working on the video.
Okay, no problem po, ma'am. And still, it's a beautiful Saturday morning pa rin naman po. Together with you, there's 11th OPIF Red Reserve Infantry Battalion, 11th OPIF CDC. Ngayon, ma'am, for the benefit of our viewers and all of us here, pwede pong malaman saan po ang location ng 11th OPIF CDC?
We are the 1105th CDC is located here at Barangay 76-A. This is in Pag-asa Street, Matina, Davao City. So we are our satellite camp is located at the heart of the city itself, Metro Davao. Hindi ko marinig.
So currently po, ma'am, kayo po ay nakakausap namin ngayon mula dyan sa Davao.
Yes. Oo.
Okay, and kamusta naman po kayo dyan sa Davao ngayong umaga? Maaraw po, maulan?
The weather is fine, hindi naman umuulan. At I think this will be a sunny day for all of us here in Davao City.
Okay, that's good to hear po, Major Bayarsa, ma'am. Ano? So talagang isa po sa naging bahagi ng training po natin, lalo-lalo po nung naalala ko dati nung kami po ay kadete pa, no? Na talaga pong tinatanong, what's good about the morning? Well, sabi nga po nila, the sun is shining, sky is blue, everything seems to be fine, especially if you will see a beautiful and snappy officer like you, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.
And we're looking forward po no, na we'll be able to see you in person, live on camera in a few moments po siguro, no, while you're working on it or your technical team are working on it. And
Yes.
in the meantime po, ma'am, ano, maybe we could ask po, ito pong tinake po ninyo na bago po kayo nag-take ng course sa CGSC, can we ask po what is your profession or civilian profession or work po?
Well, I'm actually teaching and I'm the director of the finance department of the School of Business and Governance of Ateneo de Davao University. So aside from teaching, I'm full-time, a full-time operation officer of the 1105th Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion, but it's now named 1105th Infantry Battalion Task Force Reserve. So we had that reorganization and renaming of our unit to Task Force.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So you are an educator po coming from Ateneo de Davao. Tama po ba, ma'am? A teacher.
Yes. Yes.
That's good po. And isa pong pagbati, good morning sa lahat po ng ating mga Davaoenos po dyan, especially po dyan sa ating po sa Ateneo de Davao. Yung ating mga kaibigan po dyan, ano, na mga from the Society of Jesus or Jesuits, Ad Majorem de Gloria, yan. At nakakatuwa po, yung aming pong dati rin na kaibigan came from Ateneo de Davao, and looking forward na we could also meet them again. And then, ma'am, working as an educator with Ateneo de Davao, how long have you been an educator or teacher?
For about 19 more years, more than 19 years of teaching. And pwede na mag-retire anytime soon on the 20th year. I'm still young, but let's
Yes, ma'am. Oh, mukhang bata pa po. Sounds very young over the phone, ano po? Or maybe we could look better po on screen later on if we go on live on camera.
yes.
And yes, and nakakatuwa po na almost or more than 2 decades na po kayo as an educator or teacher dyan po sa inyo pong Ateneo de Davao. Okay, so kanina po as we started the program, I mentioned that you started as an enlisted reservist po, no? In your unit there in 1105th, and then
Yes.
promoted to PFC, and then was commissioned with the rank of a major. So how was the experience po, ma'am? Did you also undergo the basic training, and then of course submitted to a lot of schoolings as well?
Yes, I was under the SBCMT class. It's special basic military training. Okay, so I have to do it because I don't have the ROTC background, but I really wanted to serve our country in the reserve force. So I was part of the SBCMT class. And then, of course, when we graduate,
Yes, ma'am,
we
go
got
ahead
the
po.
rank of the private. And then, that's it. I was promoted to
Okay,
PFC,
major
and
Baisa, ma'am.
I submitted the commission paper of major, and I was commissioned.
Okay, so while waiting for our guest, Major Baisa, siya po ay nasa 1105 CDC at under po ng 1105 Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion is alam po natin sa ating mga katropa na ang kanya pong pinagdaan ng recently in training mula po sa Command and General Staff College is isa po sa mga courses ng Armed Forces na kung saan po ito po ay merong mataas na pagsasanay o kaalaman upang maging bahagi po ng armed officer ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. So nakakatuwa po na malaman na isa pong educator na kagaya ni Major Baisa ay nakapasa po. She just recently graduated on that course at hoping and looking forward po na she'll be promoted to the next higher rank after the graduation of her class. Okay, ma'am, andyan na po kayo, Major Baisa?
Yes, oo. I'm actually ready.
That's good po. Nakakatawa naman po. It's you're still there. So, ma'am, we could proceed with the question here na po. So, kanina po is inuwan po natin. How was your experience po nung you were starting as a reservist po?
As a reservist, I find it fulfilling because it's my dream actually of becoming a soldier, and then to serve, of course, our country. So it is really a fulfilling part for me, and I cannot forgive myself now if I will not serve and have my duty. At least every week that I have to do it, and it's of my schedule to leave our unit every week.
Okay, and ma'am, after your experience po as an enlisted reservist po ng inyo pong unit dyan sa 11th OPIF, what made you decide to apply for commissionship? Hello, ma'am? Okay, while waiting for Major Baisa to be back on our program while she was or she is working on her her monitor or her computer. So for the benefit of our viewers po, yung ating pong mga nanonood nakikinig po dyan, yung ating pong guest ngayon ay one of freshly grad po ng GSE this year's class. So she started po as an enlisted reservist and then na-promote po siya to be a commissioned officer po with the rank of major. And she's currently the operations officer po ng 11th OPIF Red Reserve Infantry Battalion under the 11th OPIF CDC sa Davao City. So mula po sa Davao is atin po siyang nakakasama nga ngayon at nakakapanayam. And hopefully that we could have a picture with her. But if not, we could still proceed with the program. Okay, ma'am, still there po? Major Baisa. Okay. While waiting for Major Baisa, nais ko lamang pong batiin yung ating pong mga katropa po dyan na nanonood sa ating programa ngayon. Unang-una po, ating katropa, si Engineer Will Tupeño, also one of our reservists from Pamantasan Lungsod ng Maynila. Good morning po, Sir Villa. Good morning din, Engineer. Ating pong isang official from AFP Reserve Command, si Lieutenant Eric Cabrera. Good morning, Katropang Bernie, at sa lahat ng viewers ng Reservist Hour, mabuhay kayong lahat. Thank you, sir, for watching our program. At ating katropa si Fredlyn Lumbab, Mark Julius Sebastian, bumabati po, si Ives Sante, Dave Anthony Dofredo, isa po sa ating mga katropa po rin na nakatutok sa ating programa. And ngayon po si Colonel Romel D. Flo. Sir, good morning po. Salamat po sa inyong pagtutok sa ating programa. Ganun din po sa ating sa inyo pong pagsuporta sa ating programa dito po sa Reservist Hour na patuloy po na namamayagpag po at marami pa rin pong viewers na sumusunod sa atin, tumututok sa ating programa, lalong-lalo na po yung ating mga miyembro ng Langkaw Reservist po from the different branch of service from the Philippine Army, Philippine Navy Reserve, and also from the Air Force Reserve Center Langkawal ng Pilipinas, so AFP Reserve Command. Okay, andyan na po kaya si Major Mary Grace Baisa, GSE Philippine Army Reserve, ma'am. Good morning po.
Good morning. I'm still here and
ayun, okay po. Good to hear for you again, ma'am. Okay po. Sorry, I was greeting our friends po kanina na nakatutok sa ating programa. And then, as we ended kanina, ano po kaya yung inyo pong naging desisyon at kayo po ay nag-apply makasama po dito sa CBSC? Ma'am? So probably going off with the signal. Let's check it out again with Major Baisa. Hello, ma'am.
Hindi pa kailangan i-replace kaya hindi pa kailangan i-replace kaya
technicals and patuloy po tayo sa ating program. And gaya po ng nabanggit kanina is nakakatuwa po na patuloy pa rin po na nagtatrabaho ang ating mga miyembro po ng Laang Kawal, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Kahit po tayo ay nasa pandemic pa rin. At I'm sure po na marami pong na nabibigay ang ating mga in coordination po with the regular forces or regular troops mula po sa Philippine Army, Navy, Air Force at ang buong sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. At kami po ay walang sawa na tumutulong sa ating mga kababayan dyan, katropa na nangangailangan po ng ating tulong. Ito po nga recently, ito pong pagputok ng Taal Volcano. Pinaghahandaan po ng ating mga katropa po dyan, paglilikas kung sakasakali man po, pero sana wag po mangyari na Taal Volcano. At sa ganitong panahon naman po, panahon po ng bagyo, ang ating po mga different units kasama po ng AFP at katulong po ang Office of the Civil Defense ay naghahanda po sa sakuna. Lalo-lalo na nga po yung sakali po may dumating, pumasok na bagyo sa atin, meron po tayong training kagaya po ng HADR o yung Humanitarian Assistance Disaster Response Training na kung saan marami pong ating mga katropa ang nagsasanay dyan mula po sa Army Reserve Command, sa Philippine Navy, at ganun din po sa Philippine Air Force. Okay. Can we go ahead and check with Major Baisa, ma'am?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
And actually,
Ayun.
Right now. Hello?
Opo, we could see you, ma'am. Very clearly na po.
Yes.
Daghang salamat po at nakita po na namin kayo ngayon live at talaga pong the beauty and the brains of our guest today, Major Baisa, is now being seen. Ma'am, ayun po. Go ahead po.
Okay, so thank you again for this opportunity. But before that, I would like to greet our group commander, Colonel Ruben Matiliano, GSC Infantry Philippine Army, and also our brigade commander, Colonel Isidro Ungab, GSC Philippine Army also Reserve, and our battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Jean Ribamonte, GSC Philippine Army Reserve, and the rest of our troops, and also the whole RESCOM, Philippine Army, and the AFP. So good morning to all of you.
Good morning po. And then that's good to hear po. Bumabati rin po ako. Isang magandang umaga sa lahat po ng ating po mga opisyal o katropa na inyo po nga nabanggit for today. And then going back po ma'am, during your stint po, currently still as an educator, what made you decide po to have the course of CGSC or Command General Staff College, one of the best and one of the courses being offered in AFP?
Okay, the following
Okay, ma'am. Okay, still we're having some signal, probably signal concern sa location po ni Major Baisa. Bumabati po pala. Ito po ating katropa si Jason C. Sagaysay. Sabi po niya, good morning po sa lahat ng katropa, especially po kay classmate Major Baisa. mula po sa CMOOC Class 11-16, watching po from Santa Rosa City. Wow, so napakalayo po ng ating nararating. Okay, ma'am, good morning po muli at kababati lang po, I think classmate niyo po si Jason Sagaysay. Good morning daw po sa inyong class. Okay, while we wait for ma'am. Okay, ma'am, can you hear me po?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ayun, okay po. So, kanina po is natanong po natin, maybe we could go ahead and proceed po. Ito pong joining po the CGSC, at the same time po, serving as an educator. Have you experienced any hindrance po, especially at your work or in personal life?
Hindrances from joining? Well, 10 years of experiences in the 1105th Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion as an enlisted private, promoted to PFC, then commissioned with the rank of major and designated as headquarters and headquarters service company commander. And then I was also designated as S1, S7, XO, then back to S3 for 10 consecutive years of non-stop military duty in the heart of Davao City. You know, these experiences I had with our unit molded me to be ready for the said CGSC schooling. I became part of class 68, and therefore I had no hindrances encountered during my application and in processing of the requirements for the CGSC in Camp General Emilio Aguinaldo and also Fort Bonifacio. I had submitted all my academic requirements at ease and been happy all throughout the schooling together with my classmates. My seminar mates Foxtrot, led by Sir Michael Manansala, our AFPET DC Commander, Brigadier General Edgar Arevalo AFP. Our commandant then was Colonel Jose de Marpoli, Corps of Professor, and our course director, Sir Richie Pabilonia, Philippine Air Force, administrators and professors and mentors. In short, there was no hindrances. I was definitely ready for CGSE schooling.
Thank you very much for that information, ma'am. That's good to hear that there was no hindrances during your training or your decision to join the CGSC class of the AFP. And ma'am, what makes the CGSC training different from other training of the Philippine Army or the AFP?
So, what makes the CGSE training different? Well, modules for operational design, joint operations, planning process, modules for development and security, and a lot more makes CGSE schooling different from any other military schooling and trainings I have gone through. So it's more on a strategic level. There are a few modules for operational level, but we had a lot of modules for strategic. So that's how different CGSC course is in comparison to other trainings or schoolings of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much for that information. And so it seems that it's a bit challenging, or I mean exciting rather, to join the CGSC. And ma'am, may I ask, what are the learnings you have acquired on your class or in your training that are significant to the reserve force, especially in your unit there in Davao or in the 11th OPIP CDC?
Okay, learnings are so vast that I can extend it into one military formula. I always say this formula to my classmates and comrades, both in the regular force and in the regular reserve force, which includes, of course, the reservists. The formula is regular force plus reserve force, including the reservist force. This equation tells us much of our AFP organization, that we really need each other mentally, physically, emotionally, and resources wise, both the reservists and the regular military soldiers. The joint operation concept, the security and development modules, some of these in the CGSC, I had already experienced it in the field before I entered CGSC, but the additional lectures on leadership and management related to military operations, theories, and military procedures, and military frameworks and military models we learned gave us a much solid background for operational and military strategic decision-making process. We also did research studies within the AFP environment as part of our commandant's paper. Well, I can say that the AFP is really forming the qualified military officers to be at its best, to be ready for the next level. What I am trying to say here is that the reserve forces are force multipliers of the regular forces. We were trained and we undergo schooling to be of help to them in any joint operations. The learnings and schooling can also be of help to our own unit, our organization in the Army Reserve Command, and development, of course, of the whole reserve forces.
Thank you very much for that, ma'am. So now, given the that information and about that you have acquired those significant trainings and applied it to the reserve force, what are the challenges now in your call of duty, especially there in Davao under your command or your unit po? Any thing that you've experienced, challenges like that?
Okay, based on my observation and experiences, reservists use their extra time and sometimes their personal resources to help our country not to be ready for the call of duty. Sometimes the unit resources are not sufficient and efficient enough for partial mobilization or full mobilization. That is why most of the time, joint operations with other regular units and local government units or national agencies of our government are fitted for the reservist unit activities. In that way, we share resources in the armed forces of the Philippines. And I might say all organizations are not perfect and we need constant improvement. This is why the reservists also calls for modernization of the reserve force. In fact, we do mirror the regular force. We really need to cope up with them. That's the fact to have a more modernized armed forces of the Philippines that is a source of national pride. So what I'm saying here is that synergy is needed. We have to be working with each other in this kind of situation, wherein the reserve force is actually 80% of the total force.
Okay, and given those information, ma'am, ano po, you also do or integrate the trainings, especially the current ones, let's say warfighting skills for our service. At the same time, those humanitarian or disaster and relief operations. Do you also do those trainings in your, especially in your unit, ma'am? Okay, and then, ma'am, earlier I was asking po, during the training, do you also integrate war fighting skills for our reservists? Those kind of training at the same time, those disaster relief and rescue operations training?
Yes, we do have that. And that is actually part of the trainings of RSCOM, marksmanship, and some are for HADR trainings. So currently at today, we have a training today for squad leaders. We will be teaching them a small unit tactics.
Okay, ma'am. And there at your unit or in Davao is you have a face-to-face training, or you also do most of the time online training using media platforms such as Zoom or Facebook Live, like that?
Yes, we have a lot of innovative ideas to conduct training since it's MGCQ and then hopefully turning to GCQ right now in Davao City. So before it is very difficult for us to form our troops face to face. So trainings are still applicable. They can be online. So that's part of teaching them. No, we have to proceed with what is scheduled for the troops.
Okay, that's good to hear po, ma'am, that you still have or you still do a continuous training for our reservists in your area, even though we are at this time of pandemic, and looking forward that everything will be fine soon as we get to have the herd immunity, or a lot of our troops or people will be having their vaccination. And talking about that, ma'am, our troops, therefore, are reservists, and at the same time, those officers and enlisted personnel in your unit, have they gone through or done with their vaccination po?
Yes, uh, the vaccines were given, the flu vaccines were given to our unit, both the brigade and also the battalion last year. It was given by the local government unit. But that's a flu vaccine. And then for now, there were schedules for different industries, and we get the opportunity also of sending our troops to different barangays so that they can have vaccines now for COVID-19. So actually, I was vaccinated in Camp Panacan. So that's those.
Okay. And that's good to hear po, ma'am. You and most of our troops po there are already have their vaccination, already been vaccinated. That's good to hear po, ma'am. And looking forward po that all of our troops po, mga reservists at the same time, yung pong ating mga katropa po dyan, kababayan, ay mabakunahan na po habang ito po ay pinamimigay ng libre ng ating pong pamahalaan. Okay, para po sa ating mga katropa po dyan, ngayon lamang po tumutok sa ating programa dito sa ating Reservist Hour. Kasama po natin ngayon ang Operations Officer ng 1105th Ready Reserve Infantry Battalion under ng 1105th CDC. Siya po si Major Maria Grace Baisa, GSC Philippine Army Reserve. And she is an educator, at the same time reserve officer of that unit, and that is located in Davao City. Okay. At thank you very much po sa inyo pong pagtutok mga katropa. Maya-maya lamang po ay babatiin ko po kayong lahat dyan. And okay, ma'am. Major Baisa, ma'am. Okay. Waiting again for Major Baisa is kanina po is amin pong napag-usapan yung kanya pong naging karanasan bilang fresh graduate po ng CGSC or Command and General Staff College. Isa po sa mga pangunahing kurso na inaalok po mula po sa AFP, Armed Forces of the Philippines. At mula po dito ay usually po napopromote ang ating mga officers to the next higher rank after they graduated the said schooling. Kasi po it enhances their skills, their knowledge, how to be able to handle our troops, especially leading our troops in the AFP and also in nation building. Okay, and Major Baisa, ma'am?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Thank you very much for that information that you gave earlier, Napo. We were able to listen to your information. At the same time po, what motivates you to be a reservist po?
What is that the question? Did I hear it right?
Yes, ma'am. What motivates you to be a reservist?
Well, before I will answer the question, let me first share to the viewers and listeners that the reservists in Davao region had a big role in the DFP organization and the community, and that motivates us to do our duty, not to do our service to our country. So those are the mission of the Armed Forces of the Philippines motivates us to serve, to do our duty. And these roles were actually our force multiplier of the regular units until now. And then we always do service or duty in terms of strengthening the local defense system in our area of operation through integrated territorial defense system of the regular units of the AFP in coordination with the Philippine National Police and local government units. And we also have activities that counter insurgency as support to infantry divisions of the Philippine Army and the AFP. And we do activities that stabilize peace and security in the area of operation. And we have a wide nation operation to count the enemy's political support. And we support the Executive Order 70, increase security development through the local government units. We also conduct youth leadership activities in the area of operations. And in the Metro Davao, Internal Security Department of Social Command. So what drives us is our sense of duty, no, and responsibility and love for the country. Now, actually, if I will connect it with my CGS Commandant's paper, now I did a study about how we motivate the reservists and keep their volunteerism. Now, even though they don't have the regular pay and so on, but they are still there. Now, I'm
Okay, ma'am. Okay, Major Baisa, ma'am. Okay, while waiting again for Major Baisa to have a better communication po with the signal, we would just like to invite our kababayan po, of our friends, katropa po dyan sa Davao, to please join the Reserve Force, especially po in the current unit po under Major Baisa. If you're still interested to serve our country, being a reservist po under the 1105th Regular Reserve Infantry Battalion or 1105th CDC, please do so. Visit their office or the headquarters. At the same time po siguro is you could go ahead and check their Facebook website, and it's going to be a good plan po if you decide to join the regular force or the reserve force in helping our nation, especially in our building progress in the different provinces here in the Philippines. At the same time po, nais ko pong pasalamatan ng ating pong mga katropa po dyan na nanonood sa ating programa sa Army Reserve Command po mula po dyan sa Davao, muli po sa 1105th Regular Reserve Infantry Battalion, 1105th CDC. Nais rin pong batiin ating katropa po dyan, si Sergeant Eugene Salazar. Good morning po, Ka-Bernie, sa lahat po ng 2nd Task Brigade ng Marilao, especially sa aming Brigade Commander, si Brigadier General Carlos Buendia, sa lahat ng tropa ng Marilao. Salamat po. Si Katropang Gulawan Gold Vicente, watching troopers, 1105th Regular Reserve Infantry Battalion, Philippine Army. Thank you very much for watching. And then we have Talakag MDRMMO, Ka-Bernie at Ma'am Baisa. Kamusta po kay Colonel Freddy Ramirez, Infantry, GSC Philippine Army. Good morning po, sir, ma'am. Salamat po sa inyong panonood sa ating programa. And Major Baisa, ma'am, if you can still hear me, maraming salamat po sa inyo pong pagtutok at pagiging panauhin natin dito sa ating programa. Wala na po tayong oras. And again, thank you very much for watching, mga katropa. Nais ko lang pong pasalamatan ng ating pong Deputy Chief of Staff for Reservist Retired Affairs J9, si Major General Eugenio Hernandez, Philippine Navy Marines. Kasama po ang kanyang staff si Colonel Gabor, Philippine Navy Marines and staff. Sa AFRESCOM, si Brigadier Ferdinand Fraginal, Colonel Lino Inahid, Colonel Gerald Velez. Sa Philippine Army po, si Lieutenant Sierra Delta, Lieutenant Eric Brera ng Task Brigade, si Sergeant Eugene Salazar ng 2nd Task Brigade, Sergeant De Guzman po ng OG9 o Office of the Deputy Chief of Staff for Reservist Affairs ng Philippine Army. At happy birthday to Tita Marie Villa, Esther Bermudez, and to Cora Villa. Maraming salamat po. Ganun din po sa ating mga katropa po dyan sa DWDD AFP Katropa Radio, Station Manager, and Technical Team Staff. Maraming salamat po. At ito po muli inyong katropa, si Katropang Bernie, para po sa ating program The Service Hour. Hanggang sa susunod Sabado po, maraming salamat. Mabuhay po, Laang Kawal. Salamat po.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.